What's up, Black Man? What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome to the Beneficial Black Man channel. I'm your host, Jamal Calpin. I hope you are all doing well, Black Man. I hope you are protecting your mental, finding time for an emotional release valve, and striving to become beneficial. So, I've heard about and seen different clips and stuff about the rapper Blueface and the recent stuff that's happened with what he shared online, questioning his son's sexuality, sexual orientation, his 6-year-old son's sexual orientation, while there's sex work happening in his house, right? I when I first saw it, I think I was initially shocked, but then my heart just got really heavy. Just got really heavy because to me there's layers to this, you know. There's layers to this, and really I think we have to ask questions. We have to ask questions, really really serious questions about how this young man, Blueface, has gotten to the place where he is right now. But before we get into that, let's I'm gonna pull up an article. I'm gonna pull up an article. This is from XXL magazine, right? Let's read it. Blueface receives backlash for questioning 6-year-old son's sexual orientation while women twerk in the house. This is recent. It's only been like 4 or 5 days ago. All right. Blueface is getting backlash for questioning his. Hold on, let me zoom in a little bit so the text is easier to read. Hopefully that's easier for you all to read. All right. Blueface is getting backlash for questioning his 6-year-old son's sexual orientation because the kid wanted food instead of sitting in a room with scantily clad women. Blueface asks son if he's gay. On Thursday, July 6th, Blueface shared video on social media that has people going in on the Tatiana rapper. In the clip below, it shows multiple women in skimpy bikinis dancing in the rapper's living room. Blue then leaves the room to go find his 6-year-old son, who apparently left to go find something to eat. Blue locates the kid in a sparsely populated food pantry. It's booty cheeks out here. You're over here looking for chips and Slim Jims and ish. Blueface tells the kid. I love Slim Jims, the boy responds. That's so You ain't gay, is you? Blueface then asks. The child seems slightly confused by the question. So, Blueface asks him multiple times until the boy says no. My man, Blueface celebrates before giving the kid that, my dog. Blueface has also drawn side eyes for a follow-up clip that shows him addressing his son and some other kids. Y'all sit right here while I go fondle with these young women for a while, all right? He tells the children. Blueface faces backlash. Blueface has been in the hot seat on social media due to the video. Blueface grooming his son on Twitter. User opined, if this had been a little girl with grown men swinging penises in the background, the internet would have crashed with outrage. And y'all wonder sometimes why boys get left behind in society. All right, before we get into the comments, let's look at the video. All right, hopefully y'all can see this. Okay, so here we go. This is on Instagram. Blueface is facing backlash after asking his son if he's gay because he was looking for snacks instead of being in the living room with dancers. Hold on, there's another post. Here's another post. This is from Baller Alert. Rapper Blueface faces backlash for inappropriate questions involving his young son. All right, so let's watch this clip. Okay. Before I continue, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to laugh. Like this is like nervous laughter. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Uh, it's crazy. But it's just like nervous laughter. Okay. I don't. This isn't funny. This isn't funny at all. Um, the first thing that when I was watching it, the clip is that he just says, "Oh, it's a casual day." So this is what y'all do all the time, casually. And then yes, other people have commented that if this is a pantry where they're supposed to be having food, like there's one case of water on the ground, like This hurts my heart. All right, let's just get through the clip. Okay. There's one other clip. Let's just watch this one. Okay. Let's get back to the article. Um, oh man. Okay. So pretty much the rest of the article is just people's kind of responses. Yeah, it's all a mess. It's all a mess. And so like the rest of the article is people commenting or responding to the video, which is what a lot of people are doing. And it's just, I think the thing that bothers me is that some people see this as just like, oh, this is just some crazy stuff. Like he's just crazy. Let's just kind of write off Blueface. Let's not give him too much attention. He's just wild. Some people are responding, I guess, more aggressively. Like there were some incidences where people, I guess, called Child Protective Services on him, and I guess is the mother of his child. Um, and then other people, I feel like don't know what to do with this. Don't know what to do with this situation, and don't know what to do with brothers like Blueface. So I'm gonna read a couple of these like responses. All right, hashtag Blueface grooming his son. One Twitter user opined, "It has been." Oh, I read this already. All right, sorry. Another person said, "I need Child Protective Services to get that baby like yesterday." Someone else posted, "He hasn't even hit puberty yet." Another post reads, "Why don't you take him to a nanny or somewhere he can play instead of him seeing this hypersexualized behavior? How can you be so ignorant as an adult? This hip hop lifestyle y'all forcing on kids is not talked about enough." I can agree with that. All right, let's scroll down some. All right, this is the original tweet. Let's see if there's another one. There's the other one about CPS. The other one about the hip hop lifestyle. Here's another one. Y'all be expecting traditional parenting from a Crip rapper with Benjamin Franklin tattooed on his face. LOL. Here's another one. Strip this man's parental rights away immediately. All right. Next, first, they treating the house like a strip club or something while the kids are home. Then the son got to be gay because he want to act his age. W2F. He the type of dad who want his son to lose his virginity at 12 or some, but a 12 or some to an old A stripper. Disgusting. Where is LA County Child and Family Services? This is ridiculous. I don't know who this groomer with a blue face is, but he should use the money he spends on these girls on filling his pantry instead. I'm going to read a couple more, and then I'm going to share some thoughts. I'd be heated if I was trying to get some low fruit snacks, but he got Lucy from Figueroa on a table doing the splits. Oh my gosh. I hope someone calls CPS on them like they do the people on TikTok. LOL. So, again, this is just really, really bad. Really, really bad. And I think that, again, the thing that sort of bothers me is stuff like this happens. Like there are people who act like this around their kids, but they aren't celebrities. There are people who will take their young kids while they're like cheating on their spouses. They will take them to inappropriate locations just because they're children and they're small and you can carry them around. And it gets really bad that if we don't have standards to guard children and keep their innocence, we have stuff like this that Blueface is doing. And particularly, like one commenter talked about like the hip hop lifestyle, and kind of critiquing that. And the thing is, like, kids don't even have to have parents like Blueface to be exposed to this kind of stuff. All they got to do is have access to the internet. All they got to do is be able to get on Instagram, get on YouTube, get on TikTok, and be exposed to inappropriate behavior. Like, it's not good. It's not good. And I think what's important that we do is realize that stuff like this with Blueface and any other rapper or any other celebrity that's doing things that are really questionable and that is actually causing harm, because that little kid shouldn't have had to experience that. And again, if this is casual, that means he said it, whether he was joking or telling the truth or whatever. If this is casual, if this is what they do day to day in their home, even if it was twice a week, if they do this kind of behavior around their children comfortably and then are willing to film it and then put it online, that kid is experiencing things that he's not going to be able to forget. Or if he does, he has to suppress it deep down inside. He's going to learn things and pick up stuff from his father, and it's going to be trauma that he has to carry for the rest of his life. And we can't be okay with that. And I think in this kind of situation, we have to, as a community, and I would say as men, we got to ask a couple of questions. We got to ask, like, how did we get here? I think it's important that we dig in to question and wonder, like, if anything, how did Blueface get to where he is today? And I know for a lot of people, once, boys or men get to a certain age, it just feels like a lost cause. It's like, oh, that's it. You can't do anything about it. You can't help them. I'm going to read this comment real quick. From the Dark Nate. Yep, my old stepfather was like that. He also got exposed for other things I won't get into here. True. Again, it's just, there's something deeper happening that makes it seem like people, or I'll talk specifically about for men to do this kind of stuff, to expose their children to things, to not have the right standards, to know, like, I need to, if I am going to participate in these kind of things, I need to keep my kids away from it. I don't want them to be exposed to it. But like I'm saying, in response to this, in response to the backlash, in response to what we're seeing online, we need to, within our community, we have to ask, how did we get here? How did we get to this place where a young man is comfortable enough to live this way and expose his children to this kind of behavior and think it's okay and think it's cool and not be concerned? We got to then also ask why, just like how did we get here? I think we should ask a deeper question, or ask the question is, why is this seen as okay for men in our community, for people within our community to act like this, to carry this kind of behavior, to treat children this way, to treat themselves this way? Why is this seen as like, oh, this is just okay? Why is this, if it's tied to the hip hop lifestyle, to the rapper lifestyle, why is this okay for it to continue to exist in our community without pushback, without, shame tied to it? It's just like, oh, it is what it is. Kind of like the saying, like, boys will be boys, rappers will be rappers. Hip hop artists are just going to be hip hop artists. That's just what they do. And then last, like, I think we should ask, how can we stop the spread of these thoughts and these kind of beliefs? Because the reality is, if we don't do anything about it, if we don't say anything about it, even if we don't push back against it, I mean, if CPS was really called on Blueface and the mother of his child, that's a consequence. He'll have to deal with it. I'm not sure of all of the ramifications and the things tied around it. But a lot of people are still participating in that kind of behavior, and it's just not being shown online. And it's impacting the next generation. People of this current generation have been impacted by that. We need to ask these questions and really try to figure out how did we get here? How did we get here, and what can we do to stop it from going any further? Because if we don't, it's just going to keep spinning out of control. We're going to see more Bluefaces. We're going to see more young men like him, whether they're celebrities or not. We got to analyze, we got to critique this stuff. Because no, that is, everything about it is wild. It's inappropriate. And I mean, honestly, I think it requires, we have to trace back to what happened to him. You know, like, why is he okay with this kind of standard in his life? And really trying to fight against the spread of these kind of thoughts and beliefs. Because it's not helpful. And it's not healthy. It's not. That's all. I don't know. I'm really more bewildered than anything. But I think we have to, stuff like this, what we have to do when we see incidents like this, we have to start asking deeper questions and not just writing it off, not just ignoring it, and not just like trying to isolate the situation. We have to understand that it comes from a common place within our community that needs to be addressed. Like, it's something that's outpouring from a source, and we got to deal with it. The Dark Knight. It comes down to culturally viewing women as non-dominant, that women aren't a threat sexually. True. I'm gonna give the Dark Knight the last word before I log off here. But no, like, we really got to start asking questions. We have to ask more questions and really seek answers. We got to do that. But thanks to hanging out and those who are showing up for the live. I appreciate it. Thank you, Dark Knight. As always, appreciate your support. Black man, I believe in you. Continue to protect your mental. Find time for an emotional release valve and continue to strive to become beneficial. Make something for yourself, make something of yourself, and make something for glory and for good. Talk to you all later. Peace.